My name is Clarissa Walker, and I am recording the Tier 1 DigiURI pre-production plan for digital media work products. Um, the target audience for my digital media work products will be the first year Writing 100P students at the University of Rhode Island. They are embarking on a research narrative essays and Atavist projects as the deliverables for the semester. There are four of them, two of each. Most importantly to me is that it's my first time teaching this course. I just designed this course following the University of Rhode Island's digital literacy conference this year. The guide for this particular product, sort of the inspiration for the Atavist projects, comes from the Pulitzer Prize winning Snowfall by John Branch, that was published in the New York Times. So essentially, the two products that will be presented in this particular set for this assignment are one, the oral presentation requirement, and it is 8 to 10 minutes of a presentation requiring some form of tech. The goal of that particular assignment is simply for students to share what they've been working on with their classmates, because otherwise I'll be the only one who sees it. So the type of tech that I'm exposing them to, and what's also very important about this population, is that often there are several ELL students and students who are, for whatever reason, not very comfortable with public speaking. So the technology tools give them an opportunity to participate in the oral presentation, and do what I'm doing right now, which is in the quiet of my home, be able to put together something that will be in front of 20 people. So the example for the oral presentation, number one work product, will be a screencast using Screencast-O-Matic. It gives me an opportunity to show students how to review and guiding PowerPoint slides, to talk over, to voice over guiding PowerPoint slides. With this particular example, I will be responding to the question of what are the characteristics of the top beauty vlog empires. Now, this is an inquiry-based, project-based inquiry learning model, something I've not taught in the college composition classroom. However, that is the guiding question, or the guiding research question for this particular example. Of course, I'm avoiding their assignment question. So because of that, I will be exploring the websites of three top vloggers, one of which is Jackie Ina, who's one of my favorites. And the purpose of this demo is to show students how the rubric for the oral presentations covered, with the various components of this oral presentation. Show them the elements of the rubric are simply presentation of the question that you started with, your research narrative arc in action, sort of reflection of your personal research journey, and it's essentially just letting us know, because it is an arc, narratives have arcs, what was the highlight or the climax of your research experience. And it also shows students the importance of curation. And we'll talk about curation in the class, but of course this shows it in action. And curation in the sense that you know when to put something on a slide versus letting the vloggers speak for themselves versus you saying it in a voiceover. The second work product is a 2 to 3 minute video of an interview that will be embedded in the Atavist projects. And this is definitely following the Snowfall example, in which in the first page, John Branch has included a very short maybe 30-second interview of a survivor, which was one of the most powerful pieces of media or elements of media in that Pulitzer Prize winning piece. So in this case, the interview that is the second work product is just 3 to 5 minutes. It's of a fan or a follower of a beauty vlog. And the purpose of this is so that it can be demonstrated to the students what edited content does. Edited content is loyal to the original research question. Rambling either has to be strategically cut off during the interview process or edited out. I will be able to provide the students with actual interview questions that were guiding the interview so they can see how you can prepare before getting together with your interview subject. And most importantly, this tool and this script will show the students the importance of editing. And I published before and talked from my journalism days about some of the values that are communicated here with language, images, and sound. One of the things that's important is, of course, excellence in editing. I've learned this more recently when I watch and study the vloggers that I wanted to use for this. Is they're very meticulous. They're young women who have probably stumbled into a career that they love, but they're very meticulous about presentation, lighting. They've become gurus of equipment to make sure that they come across with something that's polished and very impressive. I'm particularly interested in the makeup and beauty vloggers because makeup and beauty and appearance and how they come across in the video is urgently important to their success and their following. So that is the best, to me, example of video, because their success is contingent on how well they manage that. So this is the values that are conveyed or communicated, hopefully, in these two work products will be preparation, the importance of preparation, and how, in this I've talked about before and published on before, how content must qualify for your project in an editing process. You say editing, it means one thing, but it's something else when content has to qualify for your project. It must be completely loyal, I've said before, to your inquiry question. So it's important to sort of develop in the students who are screeners rather than sort of collectors, screeners and curators rather than collectors. And overall, this research narrative essay in The Atavist is intended to be informative and simply an informative response to the original research question. Thank you.